Hello again, everyone. Age of Dune here, and we're back with another League of Legends Shoutcast. This one is actually going to be a Diamonds player. I went through Twitch. I didn't have any pro player that I felt like casting at the moment, so I went ahead, just went to Twitch TV and searched for Diamond, and I found a stream that didn't have many viewers, and I figured I'd go ahead and feature one of his games in my Shoutcast. So I figured that's pretty cool. And the person in question is this guy right here, LCS Inc. Legume. I have no idea exactly how good his stream is or anything. I've never actually watched it. I watched it long enough to get me into this, and it seemed decent so far. But I can't vouch for him or anything and say he's a great streamer, but, you know, he's Diamond 1, so at least he's a decent player. And maybe he is indeed a good streamer. I don't know. I'll probably watch a little bit of his tonight and see if I do indeed like him. But I will definitely, at least I'll try to remember to put a link in the description to his Twitch TV, so if you want to go check him out, say hi, you know, see if he is a good streamer, etc. Go ahead and do so, because, you know, why not, right? You never know, maybe we'll find a great streamer that everybody will enjoy. Wouldn't be the first time that random people have gotten famous off of League of Legends. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look at the players here while we're waiting for everybody to start the fight. We've got Quinn top, played by the LCS Inc. Legume in question. The Fiddlesticks top? Huh. Alright, so we've got Fiddlesticks top as his enemy. He's played by Makavaka. Say that one too fast and it sounds like something completely different, so I won't be saying that name very much. Alright, mid lane, we've got Nidalee, played by Submind versus probably Gragas, yeah? Yeah, Gragas. Played by R. Lunar. The bot lanes, we've got Graves, played by, oh my gosh, ZX Kaisuke XZ. And he's going to be against Vayne, played by Weed Wizard Cam. That is, yes, Weed Wizard Cam. Alright, Thresh is played by Very Bitter, and he's going to be going against Karma, played by Fear Gorm. And then finally, we've got Jarvan IV, played by Steve Williams. And he's going to be against Pantheon, played by I'm Avi. Or Avi? I don't know. The Steve Williams one. I actually work with a guy named Steve Williams. I guess it's not really that uncommon of a name, but it was just a minor trip there. He's not somebody who would be playing League of Legends or any game for that matter, though, so definitely not the same guy. Gragas already getting hit by quite a few spears there, but it is Gragas at the same time. But, you know, it is Gragas after the remake, I believe. Yeah. So, you know, he doesn't have quite the same sustain. It looks like Pantheon's already coming up for a level 2 gank here. And that's really not so good for Gragas. There, another spear lands onto Gragas, and he gets stunned there by Pantheon. He's going to flash over this wall. I think he's going to be fine, and Jarvan's here to back him up. Jarvan's actually going in on Nidalee now, and Nidalee's getting pretty low here. Jarvan's going to back off, though, take a little bit of damage from them. But, I mean, he's the jungler. He can go back, and that's not really too big of a deal. So we're going to go ahead and go down bottom because there was a first blood down here from Thresh, actually onto Karma. So obviously, if a hook landed would be my guess. There he goes in, lands the flay actually first. Lots of damage coming out there from Graves from that burst, and then the hook landed after that and was able to go ahead and finish her off. I think that's probably something I should work on, honestly. Is there a coin? I don't remember seeing a coin there. Anyway, that's probably something I should work on, actually using my flay as a better engage as opposed to going in with my death sentence, because, you know, honestly, I think that would probably be best. Ooh, that proc and that damage, dang, he is just ripping that Fiddlesticks apart. Not so good for Fiddlesticks. Quinn is honestly a really strong duelist, and you know, you've gotta fear her. I've played with Quinn, actually bot lane multiple times. My duo queue partner of Season 3 played quite a bit of Quinn. And, you know, we'd play Quinn Tarek, and we would just dominate because Quinn has so much damage. Problem, of course, is her much more limited range compared to other AD carries. Oh, Jarvan coming in now. Lands the pop-up. In goes Quinn. Gonna get that pop. And the Fiddlesticks flash made it so he did actually get saved there. Had that Q from Quinn hit, he would probably be dead. Not a sure thing, but most likely. And in the meantime, we've got Pantheon setting up for another gank here onto the Gragas, who's definitely playing pretty cautious. And he's just going to go ahead and jump out of that one with his dash there. Down bottom, we've got more going in here. Let's go ahead and rewind this. Don't know how it turned out, so we can watch that whole engagement. No spoilers. Woo! Alright, so they're just farming up at the moment, and there's the harass there. In goes the Flay, and the Q lands onto Karma. She's able to flash out of it, though, and she did not have the Flay slow on her, so she was able to get out of that without too much problem, and she is going to be fine. Nobody died, but there was definitely a bit of a trade there. Nice bit of vision there by Quinn saying, oh crap. And the flash stun from Pantheon. The fear from Fiddlesticks right after, but I think Quinn is going to get out of this nonetheless. She flashes out, and she will indeed get out of that. Had Fiddlesticks continued draining, maybe she would have died, but he was under tower, so he probably would have died too, and that's definitely not what he wanted. So he went ahead and got out of that. Lots more damage coming in there. The Flay comes out from Thresh onto Vayne. If she doesn't be careful, she's going to get queued. And, oh, she's going in on him now. He's getting really low. She's forced back, though. Graves was coming back in. Graves is up above her on health now. Oh, he goes in, flashes, and uses that buckshot. Not going to finish it off. Out comes the lantern, so he gets the shield, gets back in there. But unfortunately for the blue team here, or for the blue bot lane, the red bot lane has a full Karma and a almost full, well, not Vayne. Vayne is pretty low. But we've got another gank coming in here on Fiddlesticks. He's going to go ahead and land the fear there onto Quinn, but it doesn't matter because Jarvan's there. Lands that pop-up, and Quinn is able to just go ahead and get the finish off there. But yeah, Vayne's pretty low, obviously. But, I mean, it's a full Karma, and these guys are both pretty low. So they've got to watch out. Looks like Pantheon coming around for a gank yet again onto Gragas. He's really camping this lane. And there we go. He's going in again. Gragas goes ahead, jumps out. I don't believe he has flash yet. He does not, but it's okay because he's bloody tanky. And, oh, gets hit by that spear, though, and that means it's going to be a dead Gragas. Oh, but he still managed to get Pantheon due to that jump. The, what is that spell? That one, Body Slam. Duh, it's a body, yeah, anyway. Body Slam slowed the Pantheon down enough that he was not able to get out from under that tower. So that ended up being a 1-for-1, which is not at all what he was looking for. And Nidalee was forced to go back. So that's definitely going to mean that he's not nearly as far behind from that as he would have liked. Oh, the Q comes out, does not land. Nice little roll there from Vayne. I don't think it would have hit anyway, but, you know, it's definitely a good thing to roll out of that. Oh, in goes the Thresh, goes out and flash Flays there, and uses the Lantern to get Graves in. Oh! Oh, man, Vayne was forced to flash out of that one because Graves just tore her apart. She was already low, and then the buckshot came out, almost killed her. One more auto attack would have killed her, but she was able to flash out before it happened. So she is going to be fine. Fiddlesticks is saying, hey, don't know where the Quinn is, so be careful. Quinn's just back, so don't have to worry about it. And now these guys are going to go ahead and head back. I can't say I blame them. Pantheon's coming in for a gank, but they obviously don't know it. Oh, wait. Yeah, Pantheon knew they were going back. They didn't know he was coming in. But, it doesn't really matter, because they were going back anyway. He wasn't able to get there in time, so they got it out of that with no problem. And so he says, all right, we'll go for another gank on Gragas here. Gragas jumps out that way, gets hit by another spear, but I think he's going to be fine. He is indeed. That body slam is just very nice escape there on him. And honestly, he's really tanky. At least this game so far. He's been really good at just surviving all the things. So there we go. We're going to do some more harass to Nidalee there. Do a little bit with his Q. Nothing too big, though. And it looks like we've got a little bit of an engagement here. Jarvan thinking about stealing this blue buff. Pantheon's trying to give it to Nidalee, but it is warded there by the Jarvan. So I'm not sure if it's going to end up happening, because Jarvan does have Smite. At the same time, though, I mean, he probably doesn't want to engage too deep. He does have Flash, however. So he may be able to get in, flash out, or use that Thresh Lantern that just came in. Thresh is now here, and he's going in. Now they are all going in, and the Pantheon's trying his best to get out of this. Gets locked in that Cataclysm there from Jarvan. I think he's going to go down to this. He's getting really low, and he does indeed go down. Now Vayne is here to play as well. She's getting low already. Gets flayed by Thresh. That slows landed on her, and that means that she's going to go down as well. Actually, to Thresh. And that tells the blue team this is a great time to go for Dragon. They know... Oh, no, just kidding. There's a ping there, but it's not going to end up happening. I thought it was, but apparently not. It would have... Honestly, I think it would have been a good time to go to Dragon. I mean, yeah, Jarvan's low, but somebody else could have tanked. You know, like Thresh. And that would have been pretty much a free dragon for them because they could have had it finished long before Pantheon got in range to go ahead and steal that. Wait. Steve Williams is 6, whereas Pantheon, I'm Avy, is only 4. So that's actually a really big difference. Oh, honestly, I think it's because of how much that the Pantheon has been camping this mid lane. We've been seeing Jarvan go top every once in a while, but Pantheon has come mid over and over again, and honestly, it's getting him behind, and it's probably not the best decision on his part. We've got them going in again, lands the Q there onto Karma. She gets really low. He's going to go ahead and dash to her and finish her off, and Vayne is forced off the lane. That was a great hook there from Thresh, landing onto that Karma, making sure she does not get out. Quinn's going to go ahead and head back. She was getting low. Can't really say I blame her, and Jarvan's coming up to go ahead and defend this as much as needed. There we go. Pantheon is finally 6, so we're probably going to see some Skyfall ganks coming in here pretty soon. That would be my guess anyway. And Vayne's actually going for that big monster there, the white. Probably a good idea. There's really no way she could farm at the moment. They're pushing it though, so she will be able to. But it's definitely a good idea. If you know you can't farm, just go farm the jungle. I mean, if you support, obviously, it doesn't matter all that much. But, you know, if you're 80 carry, something like that, just go ahead, head back, farm that jungle, and get you some money when you wouldn't have been able to anyway. In goes the Pantheon gank, as mentioned before. The Thresh gets punted against the wall. Fiddlesticks, was that a teleport from Fiddlesticks? Let's just watch this whole thing. It was indeed a teleport from Fiddlesticks. He's currently top lane. And these guys are very far forward. There we go. In comes that Pantheon ult. Now they see it, and they're going, oh crap. The teleport comes in there from the Fiddlesticks, and they're trying their best to get out. Vayne shunts the Thresh against the wall, gets the vision of him. He's melting there. The fear comes out from Fiddlesticks onto Graves, which slows him down quite a bit. And we see Thresh trying his best to keep these guys occupied. He's going to go down, and Graves is actually going to survive this. So that ended up being 4 people coming down for one gank, and they only got 1 person out of it. But they are now heading to Dragon. So if they get the Dragon out of that, that is definitely worth it. I mean, yeah, they spent a lot. They really did. They spent a lot. They spent a Pantheon ult. They spent a Fiddlesticks teleport. And really, that's pretty huge. So just doing all that for just 1 kill, not really worth it. If they can get Dragon, then it definitely becomes worth it. And there we go. They do indeed get the Dragon. And Gragas, I think, was actually forced to flash there, wasn't he? No, he wasn't forced to flash. So never mind. I'm just talking crazy here. But he was forced back. Quinn, on the other hand, is actually going in on the tower here. Going to go ahead and switch into Valor for him to go ahead and get that extra attack speed and try to take this tower down as soon as possible. The Fiddlesticks is still back, so he's not going to get there in time. She's going to get a lot of damage on it, and I think she may end up finishing it off, honestly. She's going to go ahead and clear up those minions. Really good idea, making sure that they don't manage to go ahead and finish it off. And now she shifts out of her ult form, and she's going to finish this tower off. It is going down. So it ended up being... Oh, we'll come back to this in a moment. I want to see what exactly happened down here between the Pantheon and the Graves. There we go. The Q comes out. In goes the Jarvan, and the Pantheon jumps onto Graves. But obviously, it's a little too late for that, so he's going to go down. Pantheon, the Fiddlesticks was in there. Going to go ahead and ulti over here. Flashes up to Quinn and lands the fear there, so she's going low. But the question is, will she go down? I think she will. She does not have her ult to get that speed boost. As soon as she... Oh, the flash. The flash means she's going to get out of this. Without that flash, she'd definitely be a goner. But, I mean, the flash was there. Flash was there, and it worked out for her. So, that was because of that teleport bot. So you have to factor that in when you think about what they actually got out of it. They traded a tower for a dragon, and they got a kill. So again, that kind of shifts this back into maybe not quite worth it for the red team there. I mean, yeah, they got that global gold from Dragon, which is great, and they got the timer. But unfortunately, the blue team got the timer as well, and they got the global gold from this tower. So, yeah, I'm not so sure it was really worth it. And if we look at the gold totals right now, it's currently 18.3k to 15.5. Yeah, that's in large part because of the kills there. They're currently 5 kills ahead. But at the same time, I mean, you know, I think they definitely could have come out of that a little bit better off without expending quite so much there. Really, I think Fiddlesticks really didn't need to teleport down here because, I mean, he didn't really do anything on the person who died. That was Fiddlesticks. Not Fiddlesticks. That was Thresh. The only person who died was Thresh. And Pantheon and Fiddle were both going in on Graves. They did keep these guys separate, but at the same time, I don't really feel that it was worth it for the Fiddlesticks to come down. So, I don't know. I could be wrong, but that's just my opinion on the matter, and we'll see. We'll see what ends up happening. Fiddlesticks getting ganked again, getting popped up there by the Jarvan. Quinn's going to go ahead and go in, and he is just melting down. Lands the fear onto her. And we see the Pantheon coming in as well. The Cataclysm comes out from Jarvan. Gonna go ahead and tank that tower. And he's forced to flash out because the Quinn actually started to back off, which I can't say I blame him. She was getting pretty low. And honestly, oh, she's gonna go down anyway to the Nidalee. And now Gragas is in a terrible position. He's gonna try to get over this. Gets the fear there. And there's his ulti. And he flashes over the wall. Does he have his jump? Oh, goes down to the spear as well. That is her second spear that got a kill there from the max range. Very nice play there by the Nidalee, making sure to take those guys down. If he'd had his dash, he could have gone over Baron Wall and survived that. But I don't believe he had that up quite yet, as he had just recently used it. Down in the bot lane, we've got Graves and Thresh continuing to push this up. Wow, a lot of damage went in there onto the Vayne. He does not have ulti, he actually just used it, I guess. So that means he doesn't have to worry about that, and we've got Nidalee coming in for another gank. She's not really going to be able to do too much. They went ahead and backed off as she was picked up by the ward, and she knows it, so she's going to go ahead and head back and come back down again because they started going back up. Tosses the spear, doesn't end up hitting. She's actually wasting quite a bit of time for this, and that's giving these guys a bit of time to go ahead and shove this up. She's going to be back in lane before they get to her tower, though, so it's not going to really be too big of a deal, and she's not going to miss that much CS anyway. Did Pantheon just ult down here? No, he just came down here regularly. And there we go. In comes the Jarvan as well. And the teleport again. This time, yeah, this is from Fiddlesticks as well. It's going to force the blue team back. Thresh going to go ahead and flash out of that. And again, that was a teleport for, in this case, just a flash. But they may be able to do something. It's currently a 4 versus 3 here under the tower. Nidalee's pressing mid. Gragas will be over there soon. He's getting his own blue buff at the moment. But this is giving Quinn time to go ahead and shove that forward again. Thresh is getting pretty low thanks to the bouncy there from Fiddle. And we may be seeing an engagement under the tower here. Fiddle does have his ulti, so they may go for this. As of right now, they're going for the tower, and I think they're going to get it. And it's getting really low. They've got to back off because, yeah, this tower is going to go down. There's really nothing they can do to save it. So that ended up being pretty well worth it. They didn't lose anything for it. Oh, unless this happens. Okay, no. They didn't lose anything for it, and they got a free tower out of it. And, oh, Nidalee's gonna go down. No! Nice dodge. Well, wasn't really a dodge. That was just a miss by Gragas. But anyway, I think she actually is gonna escape. Wow. That's pretty impressive. And now Pantheon goes in on the Gragas, and Gragas is getting low. Hello, there's a Vayne there. He's gonna go down as well. And that is great news for the red team. This has very suddenly turned around. For a while there, I mean, blue team was well in the lead. But the red team, with a very nice rotation bot, taking down that tower, and then rotating up towards mid, catching the Gragas unawares, means that they ended up coming out of that one pretty well. Nidalee had already done a decent amount of damage to the tower there. Now they're going in on Quinn. Out comes the Pantheon ulti. Not going to land, but he flash stuns the Quinn there. But the rest of his team was not quite there. She's trying to get out using that ulti. Does have that speed boost. I think she's going to get out of this one with no problem. And apparently another spear landed onto Graves there. Nidalee's actually pretty good. But Graves is also really good. In the meantime, we've got Quinn and Thresh. A little bit out of position there, but they did manage to get out of that. Ward comes out. Nice Q there, and in they go on to Vayne. Vayne's gonna go down. The Cataclysm lands, and she gets locked inside. Graves was able to finish Nidalee in the meantime, and they're gonna finish off Pantheon as well. And that means this is back in the blue team's favor. They're gonna go for this tower, and they're pretty much definitely gonna get it. I cannot see... Yeah, it's gonna go down. And that's mid tower, which is pretty huge. Karma's pushing top, but that's not really a big deal. And they're going for a second tower here. There's really nothing the red team can do about it. They're going to lose this tower as well. And that definitely puts the blue team back into a commanding lead from that, because they just gained 2 towers and a lot of vision control. They're now heading down to Dragon, and I don't think the blue team or the red team is going to be able to respond in time. I think they're going to get this Dragon with no problem. Fiddlesticks is trying his best to get here, but I think it's going to be gone long before he gets there. Great. The Thresh is going to go ahead and go in, lands the Q onto the Fiddlesticks, And there we go. Lands the box as well. Fiddlesticks goes ahead and uses that Zanya as the entire red team is here. Blue team is here except for Quinn. And they are just doing a massive team fight here. Pantheon going to go ahead and get really low. Down goes the Jarvan, though, as he was in the middle of the 5 of them. Fiddlesticks uses his ult. Doesn't really land it on anybody. Out comes the Thresh Lantern. Not going to really do too much. Graves uses that cleanse to go ahead and get out of this. And they just lose Jarvan. Actually, and Thresh. Wait. How did they lose Thresh? I thought Thresh was out of this group. No problem. So he's there. Did he decide to go? Oh, yeah. He decided to stop there and try to Q. And unfortunately for him, he stopped right in the path of a Nidalee Spear. Long-range Nidalee Spear to the face means that he died. And Queen is apparently waiting for an item, would be my guess. Yeah. Wait, no? She's got 41 gold. I'm not sure what she's waiting for. But these guys are continuing to push here. And they're going to get this tower. They've already got that tower. They're going to get this tower as well. And now we have a teleport coming in from Quinn coming in behind them. They're going to get this tower, but Jarvan went in, and in comes the Quinn as well, going in, ripping the Pantheon to shred. Down goes the Pantheon. Vayne was able to get the tower. Fiddlesticks got the Jarvan, but Quinn is just ripping everybody apart. Managed to get the Pantheon and the Fiddlesticks so far, and she was able to survive that. So they got 2 so far. The Nidalee is here to try to land some spears. Not going to end up happening. And now we're going to see the blue team go ahead and continue their push again. Why is this tower back? This is a fake tower. That tower's not there. Why are you lying to me? That was a little trippy because I saw that tower die. That one's still dead. This one is just a zombie tower apparently. And they're continuing to push this a little bit, but honestly I think it'd probably be better to not. And now in comes the Pantheon gank onto Quinn here. Ulti, and she's gonna go down. Not so good of an idea to be that extended when you've got somebody like Pantheon on the enemy team. She went down. And we've got Thresh and Graves coming down here to go ahead and shove this lane up and possibly try to take this bot tower. They really need that. The red team's actually a little ahead of them in towers at the moment. So they really need that. I mean, you know, they're still ahead in gold thanks to their kills and I guess their CS as well. Yeah, definitely their CS. So, I mean, they're definitely ahead in all respects. But it'd still be really good to get this tower. I don't know why these guys are heading back, but they are. So this tower's not going to go down quite yet. It probably could have, but I guess the red team was on their way down here to go ahead and fight if need be. So it's probably better for the blue team that they went ahead and backed off, at least in some ways. I think they could have taken the tower and gotten out before the red team got there, but I don't know. That was definitely an iffy one, and I can't completely say I blame them for falling back. However, I will say I think they should probably go down there and try to take that tower pretty soon, as it is actually very low. Just a couple auto attacks is going to be able to finish it off there. Looks like Fiddlesticks is setting up for a gank. Hey, wait a minute. Okay, so they're actually tied on towers. It's just counting this one as a tower that's still alive. Because there's a tower there, and there's a tower there. It's 3 for 3. Darn client bugging out on me. Yeah, it's 3 for 3, so they're actually tied on towers. I still think they need to take that bot tower because it is so low. And we'll probably see them doing that. Quinn's now going in onto Karma there, and Karma's gonna go down. Down she goes indeed. Out comes the finishing Quinn ulti, and now she's in a bit of trouble here. She's trying to get out, but she's gonna go down. Pantheon was there to stop it. Not gonna get there in time. And now the blue team, it's actually a 4 versus 4. So they're just gonna go ahead and just kind of sit around mid, I guess. Honestly, I think somebody from the blue team should probably head bot. The red team's not really grouped and trying to push or anything, and you don't really want to push this at the moment. Not when you've got especially something like this. So honestly, in my opinion, they should probably head bot, but it looks like they're going to try to invade the jungle here and go in onto that Pantheon. He's able to get the flash over the wall. The ult comes out though, and down he goes to that Graves. So I guess it was pretty much worth it. And now they apparently are going to go for that top tower. Quinn is pushing down bottom, which is great. And hopefully she'll be able to get that tower. She's being really good at split pushing this game. And the rest of her team's going to go ahead and shove this. Karma, Vayne, and Nidalee are all trying to get up here to possibly engage on them. But it'll be a 4 versus 5 if they do. There's a teleport coming in from Fiddle way over here. So he may be coming around for a bit of a gank here. These guys are... It'd be a 4 versus 4 if they do engage. There we go. Out comes the Fiddle ulti. Gonna go ahead and land. The Fear comes on to Graves. Graves is gonna go down. The Zanyas comes out from Fiddle, and down goes the Graves with no Nothing to count for it there from the blue team, except for that tower down bottom. And Quinn is continuing to push this. So, I mean, the red team is trying to get the kills up here, but they're actually losing a lot of global objectives. In comes the Pantheon. Gonna go ahead and land the stun there onto the Gragas. Gragas flashes out of it, though, so he's gonna be fine. The Thresh is trying to flash out as well. He does not have the box, so he's probably gonna end up going down here. And the stun comes out onto Jarvan. He still is able to go ahead and finish down the Thresh. Quinn gets another tower down there. And, oh, Gragas is going to go down as well. Nice stun there by the Vayne, finishing her off. And apparently there's an on my way ping here from Pantheon saying, hey, let's do Baron. Not sure that's really the best idea, but it looks like they are going for it. Quinn's on her way up, though, so, I mean, if they do go for this, it could definitely turn out really badly for them. But now Quinn's a little bit caught out there. Gets hit there by the Nidalee Spear. She's now trying her best to get out of this. Gonna go ahead and switch into ulti form. And she's gonna engage. She's gonna engage, and she's gonna die. So I thought she was going to escape, but she decided to go ahead and engage. Almost burst down the Nidalee, but a very nicely timed barrier pop there by the Nidalee means that she did not end up dying, and Quinn just ended up throwing her life away for nothing. It was a really good... I liked that barrier push. Or the barrier pop. It was very, very nicely timed. It completely baited that Quinn into sticking around. Quinn thought she'd be able to get something, but it did not end up happening. And it does mean that the blue team's, or red team's going to go for this dragon. Gragas and Thresh are both here to contest at least a little bit. Oh! Oh my gosh! That was a steal with a Thresh hook. That's kind of ridiculous. Very, very nice by these guys. And that was a pretty poor smite there. Oh, he didn't have smite. He had already used smite, and that's why they lost that. Ouch. Alright, so yeah, the Gragas QR combo plus Thresh hook was able to secure that dragon there for the blue team, and that's definitely not what you want to see as the red team. It's great for the blue team, though. Quinn's going to go ahead and come on up here, try to shove down this last outer, or level 2 turret there for the red team. But the entire red team's on their way up here, except for Vayne. And this may end up going poorly there for Quinn. She sees them there, gets stunned by a Pantheon. She's going to try to burst him down, and actually she's doing a pretty good job of it. The Jarvan's on his way up to stop any engagements, and he runs across the Karma. Gonna go in on the Pantheon. Pantheon's already getting really low. Pantheon's gonna go down. Down he goes, and Karma's getting really low as well. Quinn's able to finish that off. In comes the Fiddlesticks ulti, and that with the fear means that Quinn is going to go down actually to Nidalee thanks to that spear. But now Jarvan's going in on the Nidalee. Going to go ahead and pop her up. She's trying to jump over the wall. She's going to go down there to Jarvan thanks to that Graves burst. And that ended up being a really long engagement. That ended up being a 1 for 3. So definitely worth it there for the blue team. A sacrifice of Quinn for the death of 3 other guys? Yeah, definitely worth it. And it looks like they're thinking about Baron. I don't know if they're going to end up doing it. It looks like they are going in on it. Going to go ahead and clear up this ward. Can't say I blame them for that. And they're going for the dragon. Oh, the Q lands from Thresh onto the Vayne, and she's going to go down. Down goes Weed Wizard Cam. And now Fiddlesticks is a little bit caught out of position there. Nice cleanse from Graves means that he does not get feared. And now we see the Zhonya's, and that's a dead Fiddlesticks. But that did give the rest of the red team time to go ahead and get here so they could go in on this Baron. I mean, so they could stop this Baron, not go in on it. There we go. Thresh going to go ahead and use the Q to get back over the wall here. And, oh, in goes Quinn onto Pantheon. She's getting really low. Out comes the ulti there from Gragas. Down goes the Karma thanks to that, separating her from her team. And now the rest of the blue team's continuing to focus on this while Thresh and Quinn go for the enemy. In comes the Pantheon ult. Gonna go ahead and land there. And oh, surprise! That was a successful smite there by the Jarvan. Very nicely played. Down goes the Pantheon as well. No smite steal for you. And that means that the blue team does have that Baron buff. And that puts the red team in a very bad position. They've got 2 people dead. And they've got a missing Baron buff. Just go away! Why won't you go away? I'm hoping it'll disappear when this one goes down, as I've noticed that a lot of times the buggy towers like this tend to go down when one of them in the lane with it goes down. So hopefully that'll happen in this case, because that's kind of annoying to see. Also, that's a little annoying because there's technically 5 to 3, not 4 to 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. Alright, so the blue team's currently just walking around with their Baron buff. Probably going to group fairly soon here. Quinn's down here hanging out. I guess looking for a place to teleport in. She does have her teleport, and that is what she was doing last time. So it would be my guess that that's exactly what she's doing. Graves is going to go ahead and head back, though. So hopefully they don't spend their entire Baron buff just kind of juggling backs, as I've seen that happen, and it ended up getting me killed. There is a huge minion wave up here, so they're going to lose their tower. And that's pretty unfortunate. Quinn's still sitting here looking for a good chance to go ahead and teleport. She's going to teleport top now. And that means that this will be a very, very cautious midline for the blue team. The red team will see Quinn up there, so they know now would be a great time, but Pantheon just headed back as well. And honestly, I don't think that's going to end up happening. Graves headed bot. He's going to shove this lane. Blue team's just kind of taking this opportunity to go ahead and push all lanes for the moment here. And we may see an actual team fight later on. Quinn's continuing to shove this. Puts a ward down there, so she's going to have Vision of Vayne. And the question is, yeah, everybody's saying, get back. Quinn is nothing to mess with. I mean, yes, you're Vayne, but Quinn has that blind, which completely shuts Vayne down. So we've got the blue team slowly working their way of coming around here. The Vision comes out from Quinn. Graves is on his way up, but he's definitely way separated. But what's he doing? For a second there, it looked like he was going to go down to blue buff, which would be a terrible idea. Instead, he's going to slowly work his way up here. Blue team's going in on this tower. The Thresh hook comes out, does not land on anything. And there's just a lot of harass here from the blue team so far. I think as soon as Graves gets here, we're going to have an engagement, but no. They're actually going to go to mid lane? Oh, apparently they're going to go to Wraiths, because Wraiths. And now we've got, the blue team is spread apart again. Graves is going to go ahead and try to split push down bottom. The Thresh Q comes out, does not land again, and Graves is continuing to push this, but that means that the red team's gonna engage. They go in, out comes the stun onto Quinn there, down goes Quinn. Vayne got that kill. They're getting Jarvan really low, he's gonna go down as well, and Thresh and Gragas just said, screw you man, we're out. And they are indeed. Graves was not there when they needed him. Oh, they're gonna go ahead and finish off the... Oh, never mind. Thought they were. That ult did not hit, so Pantheon's gonna survive this. Gonna try to do some damage to these guys. Not gonna end up happening. The play comes out there as well as the box. Nice Q. Down goes the Pantheon to the box, actually. And we've got Fiddlesticks getting really low. He's gonna go down as well. Karma and Vayne are trying their best to get out. Nidalee's chilling in the jungle. And that means that these guys are actually gonna be able to get this tower. Thresh is gonna tank it a couple hits, but he'll probably back off. Yeah, he does indeed. And they are finally gonna get this tower. Whew. That was definitely a bit of a strange engagement there. Had Pantheon not overextended in chasing, the red team would have come out ahead in that by a long shot. But he decided to go ahead and chase that, and the rest of his team was not. So he ended up going down, and that just kind of spiraled it there. And they lost 2 towers and multiple kills from that. And the Gragas ulti to disengage there. Out comes the Q from Thresh. Not going to land. These guys need to back off. Quinn and Jarvan are both down bottom. In comes a teleport there from Fiddlesticks. They're going to try to take down Thresh. Thresh is going to go down. But in the meantime, Gragas was able to finish off the Karma. And Graves is trying his best to get away from the Pantheon here. Gragas is here as well. Quinn is just continuing to shove bot. And if the red team does not pay attention to that, they're going to lose another tower. They're just continuously chasing Graves here. Very nice dodge of the Q there. He's going to go down to Vayne. And out comes the Pantheon ulti, going to finish off the Gragas. Jarvan's on his way back. Fiddlesticks went ahead and went to go defend that. And now we've got the red team saying, hey, let's get this tower. And I think they're going to be able to. I do not believe that Jarvan will be able to defend this tower. And I think it's going to end up going down here. He's still kind of hovering around. Going to go in on the Vayne. And did distract them for a little bit, but I still think it's going to end up going down. It does indeed, and they're going to get the inhibitor as well. Fiddlesticks is still chasing the Quinn, making sure she does not head back to defend that. And now it looks like she may actually be going in on him. She does indeed. He's getting really low, and down he goes. He flashed. No, what was that? How did he... I don't know. It looked like he flashed, but apparently not. Oh, that was his ulti, wasn't it? Was that his ulti? Alright, yeah, that was actually his ulti. He's casting his ult right here. Flashes in just in time to go ahead and die. So that was definitely not a good ulti cast. And Thresh setting up the lantern so that if Jarvan wanted to go in, he could. Not going to happen. Quinn gets out of that okay, and now it's going to be a 5 versus 4 again, which is terrible news. In comes the Quinn teleport, going in and chasing down somebody super fast here. Gonna go for Vayne. Vayne is gonna melt almost instantly. Down she goes. Now it's gonna be Quinn versus Pantheon. Pantheon's really close to dead too, so Pantheon's probably gonna die here. He does indeed die. Yes, down he goes. That is a double kill there for Quinn, and that means it's gonna be a 4 versus 3. Because by the time the blue team gets there, Fiddlesticks will be back up. But he doesn't have his ult because he just used it to die to Quinn. Not his best decision. And that means this tower is going to go down. There's really no doubt about it. Nothing that the red team can do to save this tower. It's going to go down, and they'll almost definitely get the inhibitor as well. My guess would be that after they get the inhib, they're probably going to rotate top to get that inhib too. And right now, yeah, they're getting this inhib, and we'll see what ends up happening after that. Yes, they are indeed going to rotate top. Get that inhib. Quinn's going to keep them busy down here, and she's going to go down. Yep, down she goes indeed to that spear, but in the meantime, the rest of her team managed to go ahead and get that inhib. Nidalee shut down the Quinn, of course. Graves finished off the Nidalee, however, and now the blue team's just trying to disengage here. The Jarvan was not able to make it over the wall. Thresh is now trying his best to get out of this. I do not believe it's going to happen. He's going to go down, and it's going to be Graves versus the enemy team. Baron is up in 4, which means that the red team's probably going to get that Baron, but they've got to watch out because there are multiple minions pressing towards their base, and Graves is going to shove this while they're over there getting that Baron. He may be able to do a decent amount of damage. Nope, actually he's not. Just kidding, he's going to go bot. Down goes the top turret up here, but it's not going to be pressed this way for very long. But the red team's going in on the Baron, and they're going to get this with no problem whatsoever. In comes the super minions here, going to be able to shove this back the other way, and Graves is down bot to make sure this stops pushing, and so he can get a ton of farm. Yeah, down goes the Baron indeed. They do get that, and they're going to go ahead and head back. But they've still got 2 inhibitors down, which means 2 lanes are going to be pressing towards theirs, and they're going to have to play defensive, even though they've got that Baron buff. And there we go. This is finally starting to press up, and we're probably about to see a double wave of super minions coming along, which is not at all what you want to see. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so for now, blue team's just trying to regroup a little bit here. Jarvan's farming up his jungle, and I have a feeling we're going to see a red buff go here to Graves. He already has a red buff. That's okay, he needs another red buff. Everybody needs another red buff. Indeed. So that's another red buff to him, and we're probably going to see a group, possibly bot lane, because that is the only lane that's not pushed. And we do indeed see the ping there. And will we actually see a press there or not, a push there or not? I would say yes. And Quinn's up here to go ahead and shove this back to make sure it does not push towards them. There is the help ping onto this tower as they figure out that, yeah, the blue team is probably going to go for this. And they are indeed. Quinn, has successfully pushed this up. So this is definitely pushing towards the red team. This is going to continue pressing towards the red team. So the red team's going to have to try to defend this tower, but it's going to be a siege, and there's super minions pressing the other lanes. So they're going to have to be very... It's going to be difficult for them. Because with those other 2 gone, if they wait too long, this is going to make it to their tower. And it's going to go for it, and it's going to start doing damage to the Nexus tower, which is not good at all. The blue team just kind of has to stall this for the moment. Quinn is continuing to shove this to make sure that it pushes towards them. The blue team inhibitor not respawned yet. Wait a minute. Yes, it has. Yeah, it respawned, and there are no super minions here. Karma almost died there, got really close, did not end up going down, and Vayne was actually able to finish off Quinn in the meantime. But the rest of the blue teams down here going in on... Or actually getting engaged on by Fiddle? I don't know. Looks like it, yeah. Well, down goes the Quinn. We know where that happens. A little bit of damage coming out from Fiddle there. In goes the Jarvan. Misses the pop-up there. Q dodged. Nice. Oh, the Zonya's there. Gonna go ahead and flash out. In comes the Pantheon. This ulti there from Fiddlesticks. Down goes the Jarvan to Pantheon. And these guys are trying their best to get out of this now. But right now, I mean, they're doing a running thing. So that, that's great for the blue-red team, except for this. While they're busy over there killing them, these minions are getting towers. They got that tower, and now they're going for this tower as well. And they're gonna lose this tower. Yeah, down it goes almost instantly. The minions are continuing to press here, and they're gonna try to get this Nexus. It's not gonna end up happening yet, as the rest of the red team is here to stop it. But, I mean, they lost a lot from that. Yes, they got the kills. They got an ace. but they lost pretty much their entire base for it. So I'm definitely thinking that's not worth it. Vayne's not going to be able to get there in time to stop this. And it looks like yet again it's bugged out. This inhibitor has respawned a while ago because there is no super minion in there. We'll probably see this one respawn very shortly. In fact, this wave probably won't have a super minion. Indeed, it does not. Oh, and there we go. Now we can actually see it. So, yeah. Alright, so the red team has actually respawned their inhibitors, so they are definitely a lot less in danger than they were before. In comes a Quinn teleport here onto this ward. She is going for Nidalee. Nidalee said, oh, crap. And Quinn is actually going to be forced to run away here because the rest of the red team was here to stop that. I think she will get out of this as she does have that massive speed. But, oh, the Pantheon ult coming in, and that was a very unpleasant... Oh, nice flash. Still trying to get out of this. And she's just trying to give time for her team to get here. She's gonna go down, but the rest of her team is here. They've got the red team separated. Out comes the Fiddle ulti. Vayne goes down though. Nice Zhonya's again, but he's gonna go down. And now the Pantheon's getting pretty low here. Jarvan's trying to chase him down as well. He is gonna go down to the Jarvan actually. And Thresh lands a Q onto Karma. She's gonna die as well. And that means the only defender now is Nidalee, and that is versus 4 members of the enemy team. Of course, Jarvan's pretty much dead, so he's going to have to go back, but they're still going to get this inhib. And they're probably going to get a top inhib as well, so that means it goes right back to what... Actually, no, they're not going to get top inhib. Why would they get top inhib when they could just go for the Nexus? So there we go. We see them heading straight for that Nexus. Graves is getting a lot of damage, and I think this is going to be GG. And down it goes. Alright, so that is going to be the end of this game. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And yeah, if you enjoyed the play of LCS Inc. Legume, go ahead and check him out on his Twitch. Maybe he's a great streamer. I have no idea. But I do hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys next time. Have a good night. Bye.